I think one of the great attributes of leadership is, Winston Churchill had a great line. He said, the secret of all success, and this is Churchill, so it's almost worth listening to. Churchill said, the secret of all success is moving from failure to failure with enthusiasm. Secret of all success, moving from failure. I was like, I can do that. And I love that. And I think that's a core attribute of leadership as well, a willingness to fail. If you're going to change the order of things, which is leadership, not stewardship, you've got to be willing to fail. I believe in this so much that I started, I have now, I think we have 15 or 16 businesses, a little over 700 employees, and I honestly am not saying that to impress you, but to impress upon you the point. I started a failure award in my businesses because I believe in this so much. Literally a failure award. We promote and celebrate and reward the employee that screws up the most. I'm a good person to work for. Some of you may do very well there. I have a small hotel in Squaw Valley, built in the late 50s for the 1960 Winter Olympics. It was supposed to be torn down right after the 60 Olympics. Old motel. Doesn't have any air conditioning. Gets hot there in the summer. Plump Jack, Squaw Valley. And we had this night clerk. Those crazy night clerks. When you check in late at 2 in the morning, that guy or gal's asleep, you're like, come on. But I mean, who the hell wants that job? So I had this crazy night clerk. And he would get done first thing in the morning, and invariably he'd get just a bunch of complaints early in the morning. Because people were complaining about all the mosquitoes. Because we opened up the hallway doors, because we didn't have air conditioning, you'd get some ventilation at night, and people were keeping their windows open. And so he was sick and tired of hearing the complaints about mosquitoes. So he decided on his own to do a little investigation. And he went out and he said, you know what? We have all these little ponds around the hotel. And he said, that's the problem. So he went out on his own and went out and bought a bunch of catfish. And he put the catfish in the ponds because he figured the fish would start eating the larvae of the mosquitoes. Well, true story, I got a call from Ludo. Been with us about 14 years, engineer. I mean, you barely even saw this guy. I forgot he even worked for us. And that's a good thing because you don't want to hear from the engineer. Because that means something's gone wrong. I get a call first thing in the morning. And he's panicking. He can't even breathe right. He's like, Gavin, I just got here. I don't know what's gone on. I said, what the hell's happening? He goes, well, it's just the strangest damn thing. He goes, I'm walking down the hallways, and there's these fish parts everywhere. There's fish tails. There are eyeballs. I'm like, Ludo, what the hell? What do you mean? What, you got vandalized? He goes, I don't know what the hell's happening. I said, call me back, figure this out. A few minutes later, he calls me back, goes, you can't even believe this. He says, you know that crazy night clerk of ours? I said, yeah. He goes, well, I just found out. I just got in touch with him. He had already gotten home. He said he went out and bought some damn some catfish. I said, well, why the hell would he buy some catfish? He goes, well, apparently he put them in the ponds last night. And lo and behold, all the raccoons got motivated and excited. And the raccoons descended on the ponds and deliriously started feasting on these catfish and started running right through the hallways of the hotel, going around throwing body parts everywhere, creating this whole damn thing. We got to fire him. I said, why would we fire him? This is the greatest story in the world. And so literally our failure award was created because of this guy. Because the damn guy took some responsibility to try to solve a problem. And it was a complete disaster, but what a wonderful failure. He took initiative. To hit my final point. Initiative. Leadership. Not standing around waiting for someone else, the guy or gal on the white horse to save the day. Someone with an elected title to save the day. You're all leaders. You all have the capacity to flow with the forces of life, to be fully expressive. All of us have that inherent as our attributes.